Welcome to another episode of the Bamateur Hour. Alabama rolled over Eastern Illinois 56-0 today at home. Alabama took care of business, did what they needed to do, and now it's on to Auburn in a must-win Iron Bowl at Auburn if Alabama wants to go to the playoffs. Welcome to another episode of the Bamateur Hour. I am Bama John. Today is Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, in the year of our Lord. Thank you for tuning in. We now have over 6,800 subscribers to the YouTube channel, growing, headed to 10,000 plus. Please like, subscribe, follow, hit the notify button on the YouTube channel. We want to keep these subscriber base growing. If you access us on the various podcast outlets, thank you for doing that as well. Please like, subscribe, and follow. Today, it is just me. The other Bamateurs aren't available, so it's just me solo. I'm doing the instant reaction to the Alabama win over Eastern Illinois. So here are my thoughts. The Bama defense was spectacular. They shut out Eastern Illinois. It was amazing how well the defense did. Hats off to the defense. Hats off to Kane Womack. Hats off to all you guys. You guys played great. You all have been playing great since at least the LSU game. You played well throughout the season, but really upped your game these last three games. So great job. Bama rolled, scoring 56 points. We had 539 yards of total offense, had 269 yards rushing, and had 8 rushing touchdowns. The run game was hot. We rolled through Eastern Illinois, put 8 rushing touchdowns on the board. So again, great offensive output. It's good to win 56-0. It was really good. The Bama passing game was okay, but not great. Ty Simpson threw 2 interceptions and should have had a third interception on a third pass that could have been picked off. Now, I will say the pass at the end of the first half, that was a Hail Mary, throw it in the end zone. I don't feel bad about that interception. The other interception he threw, he tried to layer it in over the defense, threw it into triple coverage. It was a throw that he really wanted to arc in, and that guy jumped up and made a good play, but I don't think that's where Ty should have gone with the ball. That was a tough one. Ty's numbers today were 11-16, only 147 yards and 2 interceptions. It was not a great game for Ty. It was not a great day for Ty. Ty's really just not played super well against LSU, against Oklahoma, and certainly did not have a great game today. Ty, I believe in you. We need you at your best and the best level we've seen you play through the 8-game winning streak we had, starting with the game after the loss to Florida State up through the LSU win. We need you to get back to that high level where you're leading us, leading the offense, not making mistakes, not turning the ball over. We need that Ty. The Ty we saw today, and then the Ty committing turnovers against Oklahoma. We can't have that against Auburn. So we need you to play better. I was a little concerned about the performance put out there today, and it gives me a concern for when we have to go to Auburn and face that pressure, what we're going to get into. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Mack and Keelon Russell took snaps in the second half as Ty sat out the second half. And both of them look good, with Austin going 5 for 5 for 45 yards and Keelon going 7 for 9 with 78 yards. Both of the guys effectively threw the ball. The offense just marched the ball down the field in both halves. And Austin Mack also ran for 26 yards and had a touchdown run to get get points on the board and get a rushing touchdown. In the running game, where we piled up 269 yards and had 8 rushing touchdowns. A.K. Deer, it was really nice to see him out there and see him contributing. His speed, his burst, his explosion, his ability when he gets to the second level to accelerate and run away from the defense is really nice to see. I hope he can contribute against Auburn, and I hope he can really step it up because we need that kind of production out of the run game. He had 45 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Kevin Riley also reappeared and was effective in the game as he ran for 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jem Miller had 62 yards and ran for a score as well. As the run game overall was strong, I'd really like to see A.K. Deer get in the mix and be able to contribute alongside Daniel Hill and Jam Miller. I think against Auburn, we're not likely to play 4 running backs. I think Jam will certainly play. Daniel Hill would certainly play. And hopefully AK Deer can contribute and give us a burst, give us that quick acceleration that he brings to the table with his quickness, his speed. And hopefully he can be explosive in the running game against Auburn, as we're going to need that. So good to see both AK Deer and Kevin Riley having an impact and scoring, and I'm hopeful they can do that against Auburn. Now, take all of this with a grain of salt with how well we played offensively and the numbers we put up, particularly in the rushing and the running game, because it was Eastern Illinois. Eastern Illinois is not a good football team. We're much better than they are, and we rolled over them. On defense, Bama shut out Eastern Illinois, and again, hats off. They held them to 34 yards. Bama did also get 1 interception, and we totally dominated and shut out Eastern Illinois, as they really couldn't get anything going. I think they only had 1 first down in the game, and Alabama just really blew them out. Now, all is good for Bama after this blowout, or is it? Here are the things I was concerned about. Number one, I mentioned it with Ty Simpson. Ty didn't have a great game, and he really hasn't played up to the level he had established earlier in the year, where he was a Heisman contender. These last 3 games, he's really dropped out as a Heisman contender. Don't think he'll get an invite to New York. He's still the reason that we had an 8-game winning streak, and after that loss to Florida State, we're able to get back into the playoff contention and play ourselves into a position where we're 9-2 overall, 6-1 in the SEC, and we've still got a shot, if we beat Auburn, to get into the playoffs. Matter of fact, we're going to be in the playoffs if we beat Auburn. And then if we beat Auburn and then earn a spot in the SEC championship title game, and we win that game as well, we can play ourselves back into a top 4 spot in the playoffs and get a first round bye. So it's either lose and we don't make the playoffs, beat Auburn and we're in the playoffs, and beat Auburn and then beat, say, Texas A&M or whoever we play in the SEC championship game, and we're back in the top 4. So Ty got us this level. He's had a great season overall, but boy, he struggled at key points in the Oklahoma game, even though he put up good numbers. He didn't play great against LSU, and he didn't look great in the half he played, as he threw 2 interceptions and really could have thrown 3. Ty has shown us how good he can be, how clutch he can be. We need you, Ty, to be at that level of good or greatness against Auburn. We got to have it. You got to tighten it up. You got to be more accurate. You got to be more precise. Don't force the ball into double coverage or triple coverage. Be willing to throw the ball away when pressured and go to the next down. Don't hold on to the ball too long and risk a sack or risk a strip sack fumble. Don't throw the ball into double or triple coverage and get an interception, or even worse, a pick 6. Can't have that. And sometimes you've just got to go to the next down. Learn to throw the ball away. Don't hold on to the ball too long. And we need you to get back to that elite level, because you have not played at an elite level the last 2 to 3 weeks. I know you can do it. I believe in you, but it was not what I was hoping for, what I expected out of Ty today. Really, I expected Ty to come out and have a similar performance to what he had against Louisiana Monroe, and he was not that today. 11 of 16 is good, but the 2 interceptions and that third one that should have been intercepted was concerning and just not looking quite as sharp. I hope you're healthy. I hope there's not anything going on there. Get your mind right. Get back to where you were, Ty. Get focused on the things that made you successful, and let's do this thing. Let's go beat Auburn. Let's earn a playoff spot. It's all out there in front of you. So Ty's a concern. My other big concern for today is the field goal kicking game. Talty missed another chip shot from 38 yards. Our kicking game is unreliable. We lost Oklahoma because of a missed 29-yard field goal. Talty has been unreliable from 45 yards and beyond, and I really only felt going into the last 2 games that we could count on Talty within 40 yards, and then he's been unreliable, period, the last 2 games. He cost us the Oklahoma game. He's got to make that kick. He has to make that kick. He hooked it left, and that's where he finished. He finished left. And then today, he actually doinked it into the right upright. So whereas he finished way too far left on that kick that he missed against Oklahoma, today he didn't drive it through the uprights, but hit the upright on the right side, doinked it, and missed that one. And we cannot have that. Our kicking game's got to be better. Special teams overall is a concern. The kicking game may not be fixable. I don't think we have the answer on the team. I don't know that Talty can improve enough and be good enough to be the answer as a field goal kicker, but we need him to be better. You cannot miss those chip shots. You got to make those. We got to get him to whatever level we can. And I'm not sure that Nataro is good enough to take over the job from Talty and be the answer for this year. But we got to get that fixed in the offseason. And then overall, our special teams have been a problem. We lost that Oklahoma game because of multiple special teams breakdowns. I'm not happy with the special teams coordinator. We seem to continually have problems on special teams as a whole. It's got to get fixed. Maybe we need a new special teams coordinator, go out and find somebody that's better, who can coach them up better, who can execute better. We probably got to go find a kicker in the offseason, go through the portal, but we got to have a better answer at the kicker. Look at what Oklahoma was able to do with their special teams against us, and also today against Missouri. And we don't have that level of special teams. And part of it is coaching. We've got to coach them up better. And then we've got to find a kicker that can make 45 to 50-yard field goals. I understand it's rare to get a kicker that can consistently make kicks over 50 yards, but we got to be able to make 45 and in. And we really need to be able to make field goals that are less than 50 yards if we want to have that weapon on special teams, and we just don't have it. So I hope that doesn't cost us another game. It cost us the Oklahoma game. Hope it doesn't cost us the game at Auburn. Our backs are against the wall against Auburn, and we've got to be better on special teams. We got to make those field goals. Don't know if it can be fixed in a week. I'm skeptical it can, but we got to fix that long term. So those things raise their ugly head. The special teams, the field goal kicking, and then Ty's play just was mediocre, not great. We need him to be great because we want to beat Auburn, and we need him to lead us to a win over Auburn. So here's where we are. Bama has its back against the wall. Bama is also in control of its own destiny. Just win at Auburn, and then just keep winning after that. We can end this season on a great note by beating Auburn, making the playoffs, going to the SEC championship, winning that, getting a great spot in the playoffs, and then just keep winning from there. We can really have a great season. We can have a good season, or the season can really end on a bad note if we go down to Auburn and lose on the Plains. It is do or die time. If Alabama wants to go to the playoffs, we got to go take care of business at Auburn next Saturday. All right, that's it. That's my instant reaction for what we saw today. There's a lot more to get into. There's a lot more to talk about the implications for the Auburn game. Defense played great. Offense running the ball, we pounded them. We won the game. We did what we needed to do. Ty was not great. That was a concern. Certainly, we were missing some players today. And by the way, Cuevas is out and will not play against Auburn. That's a loss. But hopefully the other tight ends can step up and play well. And then the special teams is a problem. Our field goal kicking is a problem. It's a disaster right now. It's got to get better. All right, I'm optimistic we can still go to Auburn. We're better than they are. We can beat that team. We got to go up, show up, play well, play poised, not make silly mistakes. Don't beat ourselves. Let's go get that win. Let's clinch a spot in the playoffs, clinch a spot in the SEC championship game, and keep this season rolling. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, follow, hit the notify button wherever you access the podcast, wherever you stream us, whether it's on the YouTube channel, whether it's on RSS, Spotify, iHeart, RSS, Apple, Amazon, and the like. All right, God bless and roll Tide.